Recently I've been making a lot of emotional type beats and melodies, so I thought it would be useful if I shared with you guys one of my favourite chord progressions for getting that emotional sound. So in this video I'm going to be going over the 4-6-5 chord progression and showing you some ways that you can use these chords to bang out countless emotional beats. If you're new around here, then please consider subscribing and click the bell icon too so you can be notified every time that I drop new videos. So now with all that said, let's get straight into it. I honestly find myself going for this chord progression a lot when I'm making emotional melodies, because for me, I just feel like it works every time. So firstly, I'm just going to play the chords in so you can hear them. Then I'll go into a bit more detail on how you can build this chord progression for yourself. Then lastly, I'm going to use this chord progression to build a full beat. So here's how the chord progression sounds. So to make this video as simple as possible, I've just played those chords in C major. For those of you that don't know, C major is just all of the white keys. The C major scale contains the following keys: C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then we land back on the C. So you can probably imagine that the C is going to be our 1, D is the 2, E is the 3, F is the 4, G is the 5, A is the 6, B is the 7, and then we land back on the C. So all we need to do to start building this chord progression is count up to the 4, and that is going to be the root note of our first chord. So it's as easy as starting from the C and just counting up to 4, and we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's going to leave us on F. Now we already know that C major only contains white keys, so all we need to do here is skip one white key to place the next note, which is going to give us an A, and then we can skip one more white key, and that's going to give us a C. So we know that the first chord in our progression lands on the 4th note of the scale. So now all we need to do to get the 6 is move all of our fingers up by 2 notes. This progression is actually quite easy to play because all of the chords have the same finger spacing. So now that we've got our first chord, which is the 4, our second chord, which is the 6, all we then need to do is move all of our fingers down by 1 space to get to the 5. Now we can put all of that together and we have a 4-6-5 chord progression. Now those chords on their own can sound a bit thin, so an easy way to make these sound more full and thick is to just add the root note on your left hand. Then what I like to do is to keep the root note on my left hand, and then I'll play an arpeggiated melody with my right hand, which will sound like this. And if you don't like just having 3 chords in your chord progression, then you can even go from the 5 back down to the 3 to resolve the chord progression. Now that I've shown you how to make the chords, I'm going to go ahead and build a full beat using this 4-6-5 chord progression. I'm going to be using the last tip that I mentioned, where I add the 3 onto the end of the chords just to resolve the progression nicely. So yeah man, that's going to bring us to the end of today's video. Hopefully after watching this you'll understand how the 4-6-5 chord progression works and how you can use it in your own beats to make really emotional sounding melodies. If you enjoyed today's video or if you learned anything new from it, then make sure to smash the thumbs up before you leave. And if you're new to the channel, then please consider hitting the subscribe button and click the bell next to it too so you can be notified every time that I upload. Big shout out to anybody that stuck around till the end of the video. Thanks again for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.